Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning, Miss Nani, as our lecturers and all of my friends. We are from Group 1, and let me introduce my partner. My name is Indah Nur Sapitri. Next to me is Risya Nurlaela Solihah, and then Adela Yusniati, and the last is Dwi Afnani. Guys, today we will present the material about emerging technologies, emerging minds, digital innovation within the primary sectors. Right. Okay, guys, these chapters examine exemplary use of technology for primary English language teaching and learning around the world. Information and communication technologies, or ICT, can be used to support the process of English language learning for those in very early stage of education. Technology continue for all sorts of specific language learning activities like oral practice, reading and writing skills development, oral presentations, specific tasks like reading and letter or essay. Okay guys, I think learning use technology can particularly effective due to the immediate feedback that is offered to the user and indirectly the teachers a higher significant attribute of visible learning. Okay, next is the trend toward introduction English teaching at primary level. Parents often considers academic excellence in English to be a number one priority in terms of access to higher educations, university accreditations, and economic prosperity for their children. Consequently, in many countries, children now begin their study of English at primary level. Language means of communication between people in the world. Learning language is important to given including English and must start early on because in these times the child brain is still experiencing a plasticity and flexibility. As well as learning English is good for their future because many universities and workplace making English skills as a requirement and observers. Okay, guys, for the next presentation will be continued by Risya. Risya, time is yours.
What's in a name? There are several terms to describe the process of learning English. The first in US, Canada, Australia, and UK as English-speaking countries called English as an additional language or English language learning. And in the Middle East called English as another language. This is reflect of children from minority ethnic background who already have experience of using their own languages and are learning the official language of the country as well as learning English. And in other countries, especially Asia, called English as foreign language. This means that learning English in a non-English speaking country. The next technological change from consumer to producers. Whereas today's learners have become particularly adept at creating and collaboratively developing content for a wide variety of purposes. Children, young people now becoming increasingly interested in the concept of content curation, selecting, shifting, showcasing, and sharing content with family, friends, and peers. The change from read web to a read or write web has encouraged teachers become increasingly inventive in their approach to engaging technologically savvy learners who want to publish their work within an ever-expanding arena. And what is the most appropriate approach for teaching young learners? It will depend on many factors. The first, the age of the children. The second, class size. The third, the competency of the teachers. The fourth, availability of resources. The fifth, the school context. And the last, the framework constructed by bodies that create educational landscape for the locality.
Okay, guys, that's all from Risha, and the next presentation will be continued by Adela. Adela, time is yours. Okay, the next is technologies to support oral skills. The internet can be rich source of authentic oral models via record, songs, podcasts, and video clips that helps learn with pronunciation as well as education and reinforcement new vocabulary. Technology also affords children the opportunity to record themselves for playback at a later time. Listen for playback recording help identification of grammatical error and encouraging self-improvement. The next is the significance of oral competency. Dominant language English, reading and writing. Learning a foreign language divided by two. The first, learning oral skills, and the second, learning the written language. The next is it tools that facilitate language practice. Video conferencing is being used to bring learners together over distance so that they can communicate in a common language and share culture experience. The second is asynchronous tools like email, blogging, and the collaborative development of wikis. Facilitation, co-creation of a content where learners interact with first by composing, editing, and exchanging text. Okay guys, for the next presentations, it is the last material will be continued by Dwi Afnani. So Dwi, this time is yours.
Okay, thank you. So here we are from example case study first. We have video conferencing, or we can say that FC. FC continues to be a highly efficient way of inviting visitors into classroom and for enabling learners to collaborate with each other at the distance like we are doing now. In a certain situation, this can be one of the few methods available for exposing learners to native English speakers and for facilitating cultural exchanges. FC can also bring specialist English teacher into classroom for direct teacher as well as modeling good practice for the mainstream teachers. Teachers themselves can also link up using the technology for more in-depth teaching training sessions. And the next is the technical tools can serve a variety of functions like links together and development of oral skills and reading and writing. It is also pick up on the term that technology can provide uh, effective teacher support where the teachers lack confidence and their abilities with different aspects of the curriculum. It also links up to the next section where we explore the links between reading and writing. And also we have these advantages of video conferencing here. First, e-learning will be less effective with the help of video conferencing or FC because it less real and learning requires direct understanding and also inadequate internet, especially remote area which the signal is hard to reach. So the next is we have uh, you can see all guys the example of video conferencing, so you can replace the image on the screen with your own work. Just delete this one and add yours at center properly. Next. The next is the example of digital game based learning or DGBL. So our group is talk about hangman games. So here I will explain about hangman games. Hangman is a paper and pencil guessing game for two or more players. One player thinks of word, phrase, and sentence, and the other tries to guess it by suggesting letter in a certain number of guessing. uh, we can we can learn a new words in different language too, and select a game mode like hangman or flashcard, select word list, use random list, and we can view the result as well, so we can study a new vocabularies in English or new vocabularies in another language.
Okay, thank you, Dwi, for your materials and for all those who have been delivered by my partners. So we have concluded that as one as the foreign language in Indonesia, English has become an important stuff to learn. Besides, these chapters discuss how to use the technology help us in learning. Relate on nowadays, information and communication technology is also accidentally help us, especially in the world of education. And especially now when pandemic COVID-19, some countries apply remote education system and use conference media. This greatly affect the world of education. See at the effectiveness of technology use as the video conference can already help in the learning process. And then with an innovative approach learning like video conference, digital game-based learning or DGBL, edugaming, and etc., clearly visible that technology has a significant role to play enhancing the delivery of English language teaching and learning in the primary sectors. The range of technologies now available can support teachers in a variety of ways, both inside the young learner's classroom, but also increasingly in the home environment and while learners are on the move about their daily lives. Okay, class, that's all from our presentation today, and you can free to ask if in a forum that has been provided in a class if you have something to ask. We will try to answer any question you may have. And thank you very much for your nice attentions. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next time.